I'm in the big leagues, told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly.
What is up, football fans, USFL fans, but most importantly, Houston Gamblers fans too. Another episode of Gamblers Table Talk. Post week 7. Now, we did not get a win. We sadly lost to our hub mates, the Memphis Showboats. It was a great game, but we came out on the bottom of it. That's okay. Let's get right into it. We forget and move on. It's hard to beat a team twice in a season. You know, they're in our division. There's a reason that it's a division rivalry. We see them all the time at the Memphis Hub. We play them twice a year. We got their goat the first time. They got us the second time. Both were great games. Both were last-second games. I mean, the fact that they were able to pull that game out at the end was absolutely insane. It's great for the league. It's just bad for us as Houston Gamblers fans, but we move on. So we go into the Week 7 Gamblers, winners, and losers. Now, winner number 1 is our defense is strong. It is our strength. Sorry that I misspelled strength there. No worries. Defense is our strength. The way the offense was playing, we should not have been in this game at all. Genuinely shouldn't have been in it. Kenji couldn't get anything going until late in the second half. You know, they were literally just keying Mark Thompson, but even then, he still had 2 touchdowns. Even then, Kenji was able to throw some absolute times in the second half, get us back into it. But our defense held us in there. Now, our defense is going to look a little different moving forward, but we'll talk about that in a second. So our run defense wasn't amazing this week, but it's still one of the better run defenses in the league. Our secondary is progressing. Manny Bunch playing like a man possessed. That was wild. He was my defensive player of the week. Go on Twitter, Instagram, go check out that graphic I made for him. The guy had 11 tackles, a sack, strip sack, an interception, and a pass breakup. The guy was playing out of his mind. So the defense is great. That is a winner. Now, winner number 2, Mark Thompson with the record. He has 11 rushing touchdowns on this season. That is bonkers. I mean, everybody was talking about how crazy it was that Wes Hills had 8 in 4 weeks. This man has played 5 weeks. He has 11 touchdowns. He's averaging more than 2 touchdowns a game. The guy is crazy. He's playing out of his mind. He put the team on his back. He ran that draw for a touchdown that put us right back in the game. In Mark, we trust. I mean, we have the best running back in the league. Hands down. There's nothing else in my mind. It's him. All right, but we have the losers. Loser number 1 is the O-line gave up too much ground. Now, I understand that it's a chess game between the offense and the defense. The offense is trying to call plays and maybe guess when there's going to be a blitz, when there's going to be someone backing off, when they're disguising coverages. And we were just losing that chess game this week. That's just the way it was. They were getting into the backfield. They were sacking Kenji on bad downs that we really, really did not need to sack, making long third and long plays. You know, they were stacking the box. They were holding Mark for most of the first half. Our O-line didn't look there. Part of it is the fact that Brandon Hittner was starting at left tackle, and I love the guy, but he looked bad. I mean, he was getting his goat every time. The fact that John Atkins had 5 pass deflections at the defensive tackle position is atrocious. Our O-line has to be able to push people. It has to be able to move people and get them, create windows, not only for the running game, but for the passing game. If you know that, you know, we're probably looking over the middle of this play, you have to move your guy as a nose tackle. You have to get them out of the way. So our O-line was not doing that well. Now, loser number 2, we have to get creative with play calling. I have Anthony Ratliff-Williams over here because we barely gave him the ball this weekend. We need to just get the ball in our playmakers' hands. We just got the ball into Justin Hall's hands. Oh, good things started happening. If we can get the ball into Anthony Ratliff-Williams' hands, Justin Hall's hands, Mark Thompson's hands, in creative ways, you know, do some end arounds, do some wide receiver screens. I mean, at this point, do a hook and lateral, just make something happen, get easy passes for Kenji so that he can build his confidence while he's figuring out the defense. They were expecting more man this week. We got a lot more zone. He had to start figuring out the zones and find the soft spots, and he was able to do that. But we have to be able to call plays that are simple and easy for him to be able to do that. All right, so we move on to the Gamblers news. And it's upsetting news this week. One of my favorite players, a friend of the show, a great guy, a fellow engineer, Donald Rutledge Jr. He's been the hitman all season, the headhunter. He's on IR. I'm trying to figure out what happened. I'm hoping that it's not a super serious injury. We need Rutledge back. D-Rut is a cornerstone of the defense. It makes people not want to throw and catch over the middle of the field because they know he's going to come up and lay the wood. We didn't see him get hurt in the Memphis game. Maybe, Brandon Brooks posted about it. Maybe he had adrenaline and he wasn't showing it, and it was the next day that he noticed that he was hurt. Maybe it was something in practice this week. Who knows? But this is a big hit. So next man up, I think we're going to see some Isaiah Lewis, the safety coming out of the University of Colorado, who Donald Rutledge has been starting over. Isaiah came in late, but he has his defensive back coach and his defensive coordinator coach from college. So hopefully, that's a much easier transition with next man up mentality. So we'll see more Isaiah Lewis. I'm excited about that. Not excited to see D-Rut go. I wish him to get fully healthy as soon as possible, even if that means it's after the season. All right, so we are on to the 3 keys to beating the Maulers. Now, we've played most teams in the league at this point, but this is our last Northern matchup that we have to go play through, and it's the Maulers. And this one is tricky because we should win it, but who knows? Now, key 1, make them pass. Look at this man, Troy Williams here. He's throwing up his arm. He's looking all big. Yeah, that arm is not that big. He is not a great pocket presence. I love Troy Williams. He's a great guy. He's a mobile quarterback, my favorite kind of quarterback, but he lacks being able to have a pocket presence. He lacks being able to throw the ball accurately, consistently. So we have to force him to stay in the pocket. We have to make him throw the ball. This isn't Alex Magoo where he can run out of the pocket, throw the ball. He can stand in the pocket, deliver a sweet pass. He needs to be able to run. He needs to be able to make plays with his legs. And if we can stop him from doing that, we should be able to shut their offense down because their run game has not been impressive this year. Now, key number 2, take the easy stuff. You got my man Kenji here looking hard with his ball. This dude looks awesome. I almost cussed, but he needs to take the easy stuff. It takes a drive or two to feel out the defense, to see what they're doing, to see what they're bringing, what they're trying to do that game. What is their game plan? So we need to just take the easy stuff. If you have something underneath, if you have a running back in the flat, Shamari Jones, Mark Thompson, anybody out in the flat, just drop it to them. If you have Justin Hall, if you have Tio Redding over the middle at a curl, just hit them. Just get the yards. We don't need negative plays, not against this defense. This defense is too good. They have 2 of the best linebackers in the league, the best duo, in my opinion. Their secondary, it's a great secondary. Now, they had an injury. Malcolm Howard, he's out. But we still, this is not a secondary you want to take chances against. This is not a secondary that you want to hold the ball against in the pocket. You need to get the ball out quick, and you need to take the easy stuff. All right, now, key number 3, kick coverage is paramount. The fact that they had a kick return for a touchdown, and they almost had a punt return for a touchdown. He barely missed it by a couple inches. And Isaiah Henney has returned multiple punts for touchdowns this year. You have to stay in your lane. You have to stay, true to your assignment on kickoff. You cannot be trying to be a playmaker, try to go out of your way, break off of your lane too quick. You have to stop these guys. You cannot give up easy points to a team that has no offense on special teams. So we have to be able to cover. We can't give up the kickoff touchdown. We can't give up big kickoff returns, big punt returns, and punt return touchdowns. We cannot do this. We have to be able to stop them. If we can do these 3 things, if we make Troy Williams pass, what was key number 2? We take the easy stuff. And key number 3, we cover the kicks and we pin them back deep in their own territory. We should be able to come out on top. Now, winning in, guys. The Gamblers control their fate. This is my favorite type of thing. We don't need somebody to lose. We don't need these people to tie. All we got to do is win our games, and we are in. We have 3 games left. We have the Maulers, the Breakers, and the Stallions. If we win those games, we are in the playoffs. All we got to do is get in. We don't need to be the number 1 team in the South. We don't need to do any of this crazy stuff. Just get in the playoffs, and we'll see you in the championship. All right. So, guys, that's what I got this week. It was a disappointing week, but we can bounce back and we can pound the Maulers. It's a big game for me personally because that's my guy Webb, his team. We each, as far as covering teams in this league, I don't think anybody covers their team the way that I cover the Gamblers and Webb covers the Maulers. We're best friends. We have a show every week. I really want to win this game. I really want to be able to talk smack next week. So I'm all in on this week. I hope you guys are all in on this week. Man, go Gamblers, baby. I'll see y'all next week. Hopefully it's a victory Wednesday.
I'm in the big leagues, so they don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quick.